Hey Luke, thanks for your question or your questions. My name is Tom. I'm with the Austrian chapter of the Zeitgeist movement, and I thought I'd give it a try and answer your question as good as I can. So your question was if you wanted to build a rocket ship, hypothetically, in a resource-based economy that the Zeitgeist movement is advocating, could you do that and how? And the problem you seem to be seeing with that is one of property, one of ownership, because you described it like, okay, this one guy has the materials to build a window and you have the materials to build some other parts of the rocket ship. So according to your opinion, that would immediately lead to a market situation because you'd have to trade with the other guy, and that would lead to prices and everything. And I think the misunderstanding about this is that property as such doesn't make a sense in a resource-based economy really, because what good is it for you to own something like raw materials? I mean, all you need is access to raw materials that you can use them, but what good is the concept of ownership or of property in any case, and mostly so in a resource-based economy? All you need in the end is access to obviously the necessities of life, first of all, like your food, a shelter, whatever you need. I would call that like level 1 resources. So that is the level of resources that first of all we take care, all of us together, of course, the entire planet, we take care that every human being on the planet has those resource needs fulfilled, those level 1 resource needs. Anything beyond that we could call level 2 resources, which for example are, like you said, raw materials that somebody would require to build something new, or whatever, luxury items or anything like that, I would call level 2 resources. So in the end it's determined by nature, it's determined by what resources are available. So I mean, I think every reasonable person would agree that as long as not everybody gets enough food or gets a decent shelter on this planet, it would not be reasonable to take away resources to build a rocket ship or something like that. I hope you would agree. And in an RBE, we think that we can obviously create an abundance above those level 1 resources. So we think with the abundance of energy that we can create very easily as soon as we aren't limited anymore by monetary restraints, we would have an abundance of energy just by solar, geothermal, all the other kinds of ways to create this abundant renewable energy. And as a result, with this abundance of energy, we could also create an abundance of many other raw materials or food or whatever. I mean, if you have energy, that's basically the building block that allows you to run machinery as much as you want, basically, if you have an abundance of energy, and that machinery can again create the raw materials that you need to the extent, of course, that is available. I mean, it's not like the resource-based economy dictates what anyone is gonna get or not. It's simply nature that dictates. If there's no more, I don't know, let's say aluminum, in the ground or wherever they get it, in the mountains or something, then it simply run out. I mean, no RBE has to tell you that you can't have any more aluminum. Nature tells you it's run out, and well, too bad, you can't have any more. But as long as it is there, we can use technology and obviously our own work and ingenuity to get it out of there, to refine it, and if it's enough or more than enough, then we need to fulfill the basic needs of everybody. Then this abundance that is available is obviously free to everybody on the planet. So to simply answer your question, finally, I would say yes, of course you can have the raw materials. And you also asked, could everyone have them? Yes, obviously everybody could have them. And you also asked how. Well, basically think about how you would get them today. Just think about it without money. I mean, of course that's a little oversimplified maybe, but there will also be facilities that produce the raw materials that you need in a resource-based economy. They will simply be much more automated, as much as is possible with the then current state of technology. And there will obviously be means for people to get those raw materials. So you place an order over the internet. I mean, let's get down to the basic way how you would do it. You place an order at the facility that produces the raw material you want, and they would deliver it to you. If it's available in abundance, they would deliver it to you. If it's not available in abundance, they can't deliver it to you because it's not available. If someone took the amount that was there before you took it, well, guess what's going to be the solution? Are you going to be a violent asshole basically and walk up to the other guy and say, hey, I want this? I don't know. If that's you, then you're probably not fit for a resource-based economy yet, because we're going to need people, we're going to need a humanity that would not do that kind of stuff. Otherwise a resource-based economy can't work. That's why the Zeitgeist movement is advocating to educate and inform people, and in the end to change their values from what we have today, this property and mine thinking, to a thinking of access. And that's what we're saying basically. As long as those values of most of the people haven't changed, there will not be a resource-based economy. It's not like someone's gonna dictate from today on we have a resource-based economy and we're just gonna do it with the people and the values that we have today. Obviously that cannot work, because then you would have the problems you're describing, that some guy takes all the aluminum or whatever, and then you want to build your spaceship, and then you with your today's values walk up to the other guy and want to take his aluminum away. Well, obviously then we're gonna have a problem. That is why values need to change first. Right, there was this other point you made about the supporters of a resource-based economy basically taking all the good stuff that capitalism created and then ignoring that only through a monetary system we got to all this where we are today, all the technology and all of that. And I don't think many people are ignoring that. I mean, I'm fully aware that we are where we are today because we had, or still have, this monetary system, but to me that doesn't mean that in the future we also need to keep this monetary system. I mean, there's no logical connection. I can realize that we got here with money, but why would that mean that we have to go on with money until I don't know when? So yes, in part, that's definitely true. We got here through money. It's like when you're learning to ride a bike, you use these, I don't know what they're called, little supporting wheels that prevent you from falling over for a while. But after a while you can remove them because you don't need them anymore. But without the supporting wheels you wouldn't have gotten to a point where you could ride the bike. So yes, the supporting wheels probably were necessary to get our civilization to the point we are today. But at some point the supporting wheels simply hinder you from taking nice curves or from going faster or whatever. Then you have to definitely drop them and go on from there with your two wheels. So yes, again, we got here where we are today because of the money system. I don't know what you would expect us to be thankful to the monetary system or what, but well, we clearly see it's not working for us anymore today. Maybe for some of us, but not for hundreds of millions of people in the world, and I would even argue it works for maybe 1% of the world's population quite okay, but for the rest it doesn't. And we now have the technology, we have the, I don't know, the experience of civilization. We have had great minds who built on each other's knowledge to come to this realization how we could create an economy and a civilization that doesn't require money anymore, so why would we hold on to it? Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say to try and answer your questions. I hope it was helpful, and if some questions are still open, then please create another video, and if I have the time I'll try to reply again. Thank you. Peace.